Hi, my name is Daniel Odio. I'm the owner of DROdio Real Estate, and we run a site called thebesthomesearchever.com. I'd like to show you how to use it, and I'd like to tell you why we call it the best home search ever. First, just a second about us. The company, again, is DROdio Real Estate, and this is our website. We have a lot of information here, and we're happy to meet you for coffee anytime. No pressure to talk about your real estate needs. We're all about empowering and enabling consumers with access to information, which is exactly what this site is all about. And I'm really excited because we've just launched a bunch of new features that I'm going to tell you about. So the site is the best home search ever, www.thebesthomesearchever.com. You'll see when you go there that it defaults to a shortcut that you're welcome to use called tbhse.com, which stands for the best home search ever. And there's a video tutorial YouTube, which is probably what you're watching right now. That's how you get to this video. Also, very interestingly, there's an ability to search foreclosures. When you click on the red Search Foreclosures button, that actually is going to take you over to a version of the Best Home Search Ever that's called the Best Foreclosure Search Ever. So we have the ability to search foreclosures in the MLS system. As far as I know, we are the only company that's doing this, that has a capacity to do this. And let me tell you a little bit about how we do it. I can't tell you too much because that's our secret sauce, but I'll tell you a little bit. Here it shows you how many properties are currently in the MLS database, which is the database that all real estate companies use, or most all, to list their listings. Right now there's 83,000. You know, it fluctuates. In the summertime there's about 100 to 110,000 homes. In the winter there's usually about 50 to 60,000 homes. We're just entering the spring market now, so I wouldn't be surprised if this number goes up. Out of 83,000 homes, there are 6,743 foreclosures currently. I'm sure this number is going to go up. It used to be 3,000. It's just about doubled in the last year that we've been tracking it. So there's almost 7,000 foreclosures now. So how do we find these foreclosures? Well, out of these 83,000 homes that are in the MLS, we search through each one of those properties and we look through the listing notes for keywords. We look for keywords like foreclosure, bank-owned property, REO property, etc. So for example, if I do a search in Herndon, Virginia, here's the city Herndon in Virginia, and I don't put any other information in, it tells me down here how many properties match my search. So right now there are 173 properties that are foreclosures that match the search criteria up here. Now let's say I wanted to get more specific, so I want to look between 200,000 and $500,000. So this number is going to update. Now there's 136 properties that match the criteria. Well, maybe I don't want condos and I only want properties with 3 or more bedrooms. So again, this number updates with each of those criteria, and now the number is down to 129. Let's say that if you had, for example, a specific MLS number that you wanted to search, you could put it in here. What if you only want to see houses that have upcoming open houses? All you have to do is check the open house only box, and you'll see here that the number goes from 129 down to 2. So there are 2 foreclosure homes that are having upcoming open houses. This is great if you just want to be able to drive yourself around on Sundays, for example, and go see open houses. So I'm going to uncheck that for now. We're back to 129. Now, if you click on property details, you can get even more specific. Maybe you only want properties with at least 1 fireplace that are on at least 1+ acres with at least 1 garage space. And that actually takes us down to 0. There's nothing that matches all this criteria. So let's get rid of our garage space requirement and see if that's still 0. So let's get rid of our 1+ acres. We'll say a quarter or more acres, for example. And now we're down to 77. So let's put the 1+ garage space back in. And now we're down to 32. So you can see that you can get really detailed here. Maybe you want an HOA fee that's less than $100 a month, or with more than a certain amount of square footage, at least 1,500 square feet. That brings us down to 4 properties. So you can be very specific about property details, about the neighborhood. For example, if you know of a certain neighborhood or even a certain street that you want to be on, excuse me, certain school system, high school, middle school, elementary school, near metro if you want to be within 1 mile of a bus stop or a metro station. You can also search for listings that have the word metro in the descriptions. So this is pretty neat. I'm going to switch our search here. So I'm going to go to search all homes instead of just the foreclosures. And we're going to see this foreclosure logo change to just the regular logo. And let's search Herndon again. So Herndon. Well, you know what? We'll search McLean, let's say. It's a little bit closer. Well, you know what? I'm going to change my mind. Arlington. Because that way I can show you the metro piece of this. So there are 740 homes that match our criteria. We're going to look for, let's say, 3 or more bedroom only, between $200,000 and $800,000. Okay, that's going to drop us down 202 homes. So if I click metro here, you can see within 1 mile of a metro station there are only 35 homes that match. Well, now watch this. I'm going to click the search for listings that have the word metro in the listing description. Now there's 83 homes that match. What does that mean? That means that there are 50 listings, or more than twice as many, almost 3 times as many listings, where the listing agent wrote the word metro, for example, walk to metro or close to metro, but they did not do what they were supposed to do, which is to put the within 1 mile of a metro station checkbox when they listed the property. We see this all the time where a listing agent will say walk to metro, but they'll forget to check a little checkbox when they're making the listing that says that it's near a metro. So that's why we allow you to search for listings that have the word metro in the descriptions. We think that's great. Also, if you're a bargain hunter, we can help you search for properties that have dropped in price by a certain amount since originally listed. So maybe I want to find properties that have dropped by at least $50,000 since they were listed. There's 13 homes that match. So the question is, how do I see all these properties? Well, I just click this button that says show me the list of matching homes. And down here in this section, it's going to show us these 13 homes that match. And here they are. And we can pass our mouse over, our cursor over these properties and see a blow up of the photo. Now, here's something that's very important. Let's say that you change your criteria. So you decide, you know what, I don't want homes that have dropped in price by at least $50,000, but I do want homes that have been on the market at least 90 days. So you're going to see that there are 38 properties that match these new rules that you've set. You have to click the update button right here to update the list. So I'm going to go ahead and click it. And now instead of 13 results, I have 38 results. It's very important anytime you change the criteria above that you click the update button. So let's take a look at one of these. I'm going to go ahead and click the photo. By the way, I could also go over here and click where it says more details, either way, and it's going to open the listing up for me. So let's take a look. There's one photo here. I can, email this property to a friend, for example. I can watch the property. This is interesting. If I watch the property, it's going to tell me whenever there are any changes. For example, if the price changes or if the status changes. So let me go ahead and do that. My name is Daniel Odio. My email is Daniel at DanielOdio.com, and my phone number is 202-250-3846, which is my cell number, and you're welcome to call me on that number if you ever have questions. I'm going to hit submit request, and it's going to give me an option to choose the alerts as they happen, daily or weekly. I want to choose them as they happen, and it says success. So I'm going to go ahead and close the window, but now I'm watching this property. So anytime the price changes, I'm going to get an email letting me know about that. Here are details about the property, and you'll see how it says close to metro. That's why it showed up in this list, because the agent said close to metro. They put the word metro in the listing descriptions. That's what we searched for. If you'd like us to show you the property, just submit an inquiry by clicking on that button, and we'll be happy to schedule a time to show you. Again, no pressure. We have a very different approach than most real estate companies. We try to push the information out to you, enable you with access to information. Once you've kicked the tires enough and you've looked around enough and you want us to actually show you the insides of properties and help you write a contract and, more importantly, negotiate the price, we'll be happy to do it. There's also a map that shows where this property is. You can zoom in and you can zoom out on the top left of the map by clicking zoom in and zoom out. You'll also see that it shows the metro lines. So you can see, if I'm going to zoom in here, how close is this property to the metro? Let me keep zooming in. Well, you'll see that there's a metro line actually pretty close to the property. That's the blue one, which is the subject property that we're looking at. Well, there's also red icons here, and those are for other properties that are that are showing in the results page of this search. So if I hit the view this on TBHSE link, it's now going to take me to the new property. So I can go between all the properties and see where they are by clicking on the view this on TBHSE link. Here's another property that has a number of photos that I can see. Okay, so something else that I'd like to show you. I'm going to hit hide to close this up. So here's my list of properties. Now let's say that you wanted to drive yourself around. Let me close this one up as well. You wanted to drive yourself around, but you're not sure what order to see all these properties in. Well, I've got something really interesting to show you. So on the right side, you can click the add check mark to add some of these properties. So let me add some of these properties to my list. There's a button that says find the most efficient route for the selected properties. It's right at the top of the results list. If you click that, it's going to pop up a new window which is going to show you where the properties are, and it's going to ask you to enter your starting location. So I'll enter our office here. Hold on one second. Okay, add location. So I've just added the office location, and now I click calculate directions, and it's going to think, and you'll see it has directions, and if you scroll up back to the top, it's got a map of all the properties and the best order to see them in, which is, I think, pretty phenomenal. So it tells you where to start and how to go through to see all the properties. We actually, as realtors in our company, use this all the time to show property. And we also have a GPS machine that you can borrow. Just click this link up here. We have a free GPS loaner. You can also print this page so you can take it with you. Just click this print this page button. I'm going to go ahead and close it right now. Nobody else is offering that tool either. I think it's phenomenal. We also have a button called Alert Me. If you click Alert Me, this is a little different than watching a specific property. When you create a custom search alert, we're going to send you an email whenever any new properties come on the market that match your search. So for example, I'm going to close this for a second. In this search, I'm searching on the market at least 90 days in Arlington, 3 or more bedrooms between $200,000 and $800,000. If I choose to be alerted with a custom search alert, and I'll call it Arlington, I'll call it My Arlington Home Search 200K to 800K, all right? And I'm going to say send alerts as they happen, submit request. Now, whenever any new listings come on that match this exact search that I've already run, I'll get an email. I think that's phenomenal as well. You can set it and forget it, as they say, with the very specific search criteria, and you can set up as many of these as you'd like. In fact, there's a link here to say click here to manage all of your custom search alerts. So I'm going to click on that link, and it's going to take me to my home search toolbox here. So here is the watch list, and here's the property that I chose to watch. That was that one specific property. And down here are the custom search alerts, and here's My Arlington Home Search 200K to 800K. And I can press plus here, and it'll show me the search criteria. Price between $200,000 and $800,000 in Arlington, Virginia, with 3 or more bedrooms and 1 or more bathroom. Property type: condo or townhouse or single family. Built between 1850 and 2007, within 1 mile of a metro station. Has the word metro in description. On the market at least 90 days. A very specific search, and I will get alerts as they happen, meaning hourly. So again, nobody else is doing this kind of alerting. I think it's phenomenal. That's basically the tool. We hope you really enjoy it. There's a lot more to explore, but those are the main things that you need to know. By the way, we also tell you other cities near Arlington that you may want to use to expand your search. So if I decide that I also want to search in Falls Church, which is 4 miles away, that's going to give me a number of extra results. So my number goes from the mid-30s to 63 homes that match the criteria. So you can choose as many of those areas as you want. Here's another tip real fast before I go. If you're searching in Washington, D.C., you can click, so for example, I'll say Washington, D.C., I'll click it down here, and then I'm going to click on neighborhood, and you can search the quadrant. Like if you only want, let's say, southeast, you can choose southeast only. Or if you only wanted northwest, you could choose northwest only. So now, if I click update, we're going to see that all the results are in Washington, D.C. Even though I'm searching all these other cities, I specified that it had to be in southeast, and you can see here that all the properties are in southeast. So again, and by the way, they're all near the metro. They're all on the market at least 90 days, etc. There's 22 homes that match this very specific criteria. I'm going to go ahead and hit alert me just for the heck of it, and I'll call this my Washington DC Southeast Metro 200K-800K, and then I'll choose to get these alerts weekly, and I'll hit submit request, and it says success. I'll go ahead and go to manage the alerts, and now you can see I have two separate searches here set up. So enjoy it, and we'd love to get feedback. You can contact us at the top. There's a phone number and a link to contact us. A lot of these features are directly from customer feedback. We really do listen to it. We love it. Please give it to us. Again, my name is Daniel Odio with DROdio Real Estate. Hope you enjoyed the demo of this tool.